Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is Kenya Denise and I am back, you guys. I'm back with sharing content, creating videos again, and I am so excited. I'm so excited that this is the season that I am going to be back on YouTube and just sharing content with you guys. So I want to use this video as a time to really catch up on where I'm at, because I'm just so thankful that I've gotten so many responses back even to this day about the video that I shared concerning how God paid for my esthetician program. So it's just so cool to just know that people have been encouraged, they have been hope filled, and they're really just trusting God to do what only He can do in their lives for their specific journey. So I'm just really excited to just share skincare, esthetician things, behind the scenes of me in the treatment room and sharing treatments and all that good stuff, as well as faith and some vlogs. So I'm just using this video today to really just talk to you guys about where I'm at right now. So this can be just like a nice segue into just coming back on YouTube and creating video content. I remember I used to just love editing and creating my makeup videos. It was really something I enjoyed. So I'm just so thankful that God has just kind of put that passion back in me again to want to just share with you guys. Ultimately, my hope with this channel is that anything that I share just brings encouragement and brings hope to you and really just points you to God, because I am not here on my own. I am here because of God. I literally am walking out this journey that I'm on by faith in Christ. And so I just want to make that very clear that I would not be here without God. I would not be here without God. So I just really just want this space to just really be encouragement and just really be a place of encouragement and hope for you in whatever area of life that you may be in. So let's just get into it. So right now I am currently running my business full time. My business is Fading Beauty Skincare. I currently take my clients full time. I rent out a salon suite in the South Loop of Chicago, and I absolutely love it, y'all. I literally get so much joy coming into work, servicing my clients, doing treatments. It literally brings me so much joy. There's so much I want to share with you guys about just my journey. And so I'm definitely going to just break things up into videos, because then we'll be sitting here forever if I tell you guys everything that I have just experienced through my time and just leading up to actually being a business owner. So what I'm going to do is just kind of take you guys on a quick timeline of just how I've gotten up to this place. So then once again, like I said, this will just kind of segue into just the rest of the content that I want to create for you guys moving forward. So the last real video that we have, the last real video that I have just kind of talking about my journey as an esthetician was me just sharing how God paid for my esthetician program. So look, if you haven't watched that video, watch it, because it was only God, okay? That is still a testimony in my life that I had to remind myself of. If God, you can do that, what else can you not do? God, all things are possible with Christ. So I always just take time to really reflect on the ways God has shown up in my life when I am in a place of, just feeling discouraged, feeling low. I literally have to remind myself of the ways that God has shown up countless times, again and again. So I'm going to take you guys back to then, and then we're going to lead up to where I'm at right now. So after I graduated esthetician school, I graduated and got licensed in September of 2018. And then from shortly after, maybe about a month later, I started working at a day spa in the suburbs of Chicago, like a suburb outside of Chicago. And I am, well, first, let me say this. So when I first graduated, I did want to just go ahead and just start my business. And I will just tell anyone who is wanting to become their own business owner, being an esthetician, I will just say that I don't see anything wrong with getting experience just starting off. I personally think that getting experience starting off was extremely helpful for me. It really taught me just the business and how to actually run an esthetician, a skincare business. And so I'm really grateful that I didn't start off with that, didn't start off with just jumping right into taking my own clients, because I don't think I realized how much I needed to learn. And then also I needed to build clientele. And so that can definitely be difficult, but I think that with the favor of God, it doesn't have to take 5-10 years to build clientele. All I'm gonna say is that I think I've had favor with God when it comes to my clientele, because I have only been licensed since 2018 and I have consistent clientele by the grace of God for my business. So I just think that if you're in the will of God, he's going to do what he needs to do in your life, and you will not need to worry about clients because he will bring them. So moving forward, I started working at the day spa in 2018 of November, and I worked there from 2018 November up until May of 2019. So I was there for about 8 months. And what I was doing there was facials. I did a ton of waxing, a lot of Brazilian waxing, underarms. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I do not like waxing. I do not like body waxing. I don't want to wax no Brazilians. I don't want to wax no legs. I don't want to wax any underarms. I just do not like body waxing. And I just don't like it. I just did not like it. And so I am strictly a facialist. I just do facials, and I just added on lash lift. So I really just focus on results driven skincare when it comes to the skin on your face. Okay. So I just want to kind of let that be known that I just don't do waxing, and that's just not my thing. And I am totally fine with that. And yeah, it's been fine. So I did that primarily at the day spa. I did have a good amount of facial clients, so that was really cool. And I was able to get, friends and family to come in and get facials. So that was really cool. Only thing that was really challenging about that, working at that day spa, was just the pay. So I really just felt discouraged at times about being an esthetician because of how low I was being paid at this day spa. And I think I was getting paid $8.25 per client. And then she made it so hard for us to actually get retail commission, the structure that she created it with her marketing person. I don't know, but it was not helpful at all. You could not cap off even past to just make a good reasonable living working at that day spa. It was just not, and it was a small business owner too. So it wasn't a chain spa business. It wasn't a chain. So it was just a small business owner who had her own salon, day spa in this suburb of Chicago. So I did not like that experience in certain areas, but I was really grateful for the people that I met there and the relationships that I built there, as well as just being able to really get my feet wet. So that was my first job out of school, and that is where I was able to get my feet wet, really just kind of learn the business, learn how to take clients, just learn all about just having a day working as an esthetician, right? So I ended up being presented an opportunity by by someone at my school. So actually I definitely loved being at school. So I definitely maintained really good relationships with the teachers, as well as just the people in the office I just maintained relationships with them. And so I definitely made sure, I was going up there every single week, just talking to them, hanging out, but also inquiring about jobs. And it was brought to my attention about an opportunity from someone at the school about another young lady who did graduate from the program that I did as an esthetician at that school. She graduated before me, and so she was actually opening up a med spa. So that's when I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the med spa. I'm gonna because that's really what I was really interested in doing. Like, I really wanted to work at a med spa. So that was a really great experience for me because I was able to see how this lady actually built her business from the ground up. Like, I mean, she was still building out when I met her and I got hired by her. She was still building out this med spa salon. And so this was actually in the city, and I love being in the city. It was actually up north, so still kind of outside of the city, but this was in the city up north and in Chicago. And so I was really excited about that because I personally love going anywhere close to the city. I'm a city girl. So I love the city and being in the city. So I really, really was so grateful for this opportunity. And so I started working there. It was a great experience, and it was just me and her. So I really got to I really had, responsibilities that really made me feel like I kind of was a business owner too. Like, it was almost like I was running the business with her, but that was not the case. I was not a co-owner or anything like that, but it was just because it was just me and her, and I literally was there helping her grow. So it was really cool to just experience that because I was able to just see the highs and lows of being a business owner and really trying to build something from the ground up. And now that I am my own business owner, I really can empathize and really understand like those days when you cry, those days when things just seem like, when is it going to get better? I can really empathize with that because now I have experienced it, am experiencing it, I am really just seeing firsthand what it is like to run a business and do it yourself from the ground up. So I started working there July of 2019, and I actually quit working at the med spa in June of 2020. So this was when the whole pandemic started. This is when everything just started happening. Shortly after is around the time that I quit. And around that time was also just high emotions because of all the racial tension that was also going on in the world. And so that was a really difficult time. But I just really felt led by the Lord to leave. I felt like this was a shift in season for me. I can't really describe to anyone just why I was just feeling so compelled to leave, but I was really feeling compelled to leave and just not knowing, what actually was the next step. But I figured that the next step was me starting my business. Like, that's just what I felt led to do. I felt like the next step was the season for me to start my business. And so it was really difficult leaving the med spa just because I did gain a relationship with the owner. Like, we just had a great relationship. We worked really great together. And so it was definitely just really hard to just kind of like part ways, like when you just kind of just start getting to know people, it can just be really difficult when you're just like parting ways. So it was definitely hard, and I just will say that I was making really great money. So when working at the med spa, I was definitely just feeling a lot more confident about being an esthetician because I'm like, wow, like I'm actually like making good money here. Like, this is livable money, this is livable wages that I actually feel confident about being an esthetician. So I will just say, don't be discouraged about like working somewhere for a time being just to get your feet wet and knowing that the pay is low, but also just know there really are opportunities to have a livable wage working as an esthetician. So after I left, y'all, I just assumed that this was the time for me to kind of like go on, spread my wings and start my business, right? So I'm not going to go too much in detail about this situation in particular, just because I do want to make this a separate video because I just want to share what I learned out of this situation and what God really taught me in this situation. And what I just learned as far as just my growth as a Christian and really just the maturing of my faith through, tests and trials like this particular situation. So the situation is that I signed a lease for a salon suite, and a week later, the mayor of Chicago shut down facial services. So I lost a lot of money from that. And I didn't know like what was going to be next. I was really lost. It was a really difficult, dark time for me, after that, because I just felt like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? You know, what am I supposed to do now? I thought I was supposed to start my business. God, you told me to leave. Like, I thought this is what you told me to do. And it was just not the right time. So I actually went without working for 9 months. Like, I didn't work anywhere. I didn't feel, and it's like, of course, people are encouraging you to take a job, but I think when you know that God has you in a place to just be still sometimes, like, you have to trust him in that. And so looking back, I wish the 9 months that I had from starting my business, from leaving that job up until starting my business the following year in March, I do wish that I used that time a lot better, knowing that God was going to lead me into starting my business for real in March of 2021. But we go through seasons. And so I know that next time I go through something like that, I know that, okay, God, I trust you. I'm going to stand firm, just knowing who you are, and that, God, you will bring the next thing when it's the next thing's time. So like I said, I don't want to talk too much about the situation, because I really just want to kind of describe everything, all the emotions, everything that kind of went through when all that was going on, because it was really hard, y'all. It was really, really difficult for me. So I do want to just share it, but just not in this video. So fast forward, I started my business. I'm Heyyyy Beauty Skincare in March of 2021. And let me tell y'all, I started this business with $0 in my bank account, okay? I got testimonies on testimonies, y'all, like, of just how God just has come through. Like, I literally started with $0 in my bank account. I started with $0 in my bank account, okay? It was just such a difficult time for me, okay? It was such a difficult time for me, y'all. And I was so, like, I was just all over the place with so many emotions, but the facial services mandate, the no facial services mandate was lifted. So it was just like, okay, this is the time, Kenya. Like, this is the time, okay? So I started on Heyyyy Beauty Skincare in 2021, and I have been, I have been booked every single month up until even today. This is the second day of February. So going into 2022, I am still taking clients full time with my business. God has been faithful. He has been so, so good, y'all. And I am just so excited to actually just take you guys along the journey with me and really just, share just everything that I can about, like, what I've been through, what I've been learning, just how God has just shown up, how God has shown himself to be God in my life, and just the areas in my life where that have been so challenging and dark for me, but yet God brought me back into the light. Like, God took me out of that pit. He took me out of those pits of despair every single time. And so I really just want to share just more of that side of this journey, because I don't want anyone to think that this is just a walk in the park, that this is, just something that was just handed to me. It was not. It is just by the grace of God that I have been in business for going on 1 full year, okay? And so I'm just eager to share all that and just share behind the scenes and just share my heart with you guys, and just hopes that this will really just bring you encouragement, and just really understanding that your journey is your journey. So even when I share things, I never want anybody to think that they have to do it just like me. You can't do it just like me, because your life story is your life story. We don't have the same life stories, but God will use us to be a comfort, to be an encouragement to somebody else, because of maybe the situation is a similar situation that I have been through. that maybe you're going through or are going to go through or have been through. And so I can just use what I have learned, what I have gleaned, what God has taught me to encourage you to just keep going, to keep trusting God. And so don't ever look at my life or whatever I share to compare it with yours, because we all have our own journeys. We all have our own testimonies, and it's all for the glory of God. So I just want to make sure that everything that I share on here will ultimately point you to Jesus. Okay. But I just want to just make sure this space is a safe space to just share encouragement, share hope, and just share the love of God through my life, through my life, which I want to do. Like, I really want to be more open. I'm very vulnerable and transparent regardless. Like, I'm just vulnerable and transparent in real life. So this is like nothing for me to go on and share about my life on YouTube. So anyways, you guys, I am just so excited, and I'm just looking forward to really just getting back on YouTube and just sharing and recording and editing and all the good stuff. So I really want you guys to really comment in the comment section, just to know that you guys are here, you guys are listening, you guys are just interested in this content. Like, just comment something encouraging for me to really keep going as well too. So thank you guys so much for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff that we say you should do here on YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe. It would be so appreciated, because I want to take you guys along this journey with me, okay? Because we still on the journey, baby. We are still on the journey, honey. We're still on the journey. And so my story is still being told, and I have testimony on testimony on testimony on everything. So again, like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.